Hello. Happy holidays and all that. You might as well just get right into it, right? I forget to take my sharpness off. I'm a little bit blocky. I did. There we go. I'm all floofed up. This one actually needs a little bit more. There we go. Hey, so happy winter time. Hope you all doing nice. Back with a bit more of the army painting. I'm coming down to the final 7 that I need to finish up for the current list that I'm running. 4 Hellblasters, and we got 3 Mark III Helmet Blade Guard. And then afterwards, I can build and put more into the fists. I had an idea for a Torgaradon led list with just a lot of Gravis and 2 full bricks of aggressors. So I'm gonna see how that goes when I eventually do it, but we'll see. It's funny though, in the time that I've taken, I've been spending a lot of it practicing faces as well, like working with skin. So that has been a fun little time. I'm gonna see if I should take care of faces first whenever I build like this, so. As the saying goes, pull up a stump and be comfortable. We're gonna be here a bit. Actually, doesn't have that. It's actually metal. I fucked that up immediately. This is the skin. Just so you guys can see exactly what's being made. It's always hard finding that angle. 2. Bring him up one more. There we go. That's not that bad. Yeah, that pretty much covers back face. So sure to get that now. The armor. So I know where we end. And it's not confusing. But I did get a chance to play the Gladius Task Force with the Imperial Fist lineup that I did, and worked pretty well. I made a little miscalculation, but other than that, it was pretty spot on and nice. It's nice to actually have rules that are reactive, and I'm not flailing around finding things and figuring out what to do. I'll probably make I'll probably take the time to make a video on my experience using Anvil Siege for a majority of 10th. It's not that great, but it was an experience nonetheless. I think what was funny was it had the potential. There was potential there. It was just really held back, 1, by its detachment rule, and 2 was just the fact of there were other lineups that did what it could do, just better. Because at the end of the day, all it really did was give you heavy, and that's not good enough. Many detachments are not created equally. Funny enough, that can be said with a lot of factions, however. But it is weird. I've started having a lot of fun painting faces. I used to be terrified, and now it's just the bee's knees for me. Do a little hum in your seat. Probably going to go silent here and there, so if I do, apologies. I do just tend to zone out and start going off in paint. You know what, to talk about it while I have it here, I remember long ago I showed these guys off. Like the first ones I ever grabbed out of a, oh my god, local bazaar. And the guy who was selling them called them drop bears, because they were just big, made for Dark Angels and all that. And for the list I needed, I finally had a reason to douse these guys in the alcohol to rub off the paint, and I gotta ship this off so I can put on a shoulder pad for fists. God, it was a while ago. This was back when I first started mini building and painting. It was honestly a really nice paint job. I might keep it on to try out the list, but I think overall I'll probably just break them down and turn them into Imperial Fists. It's that and running the Gravis Captain, big old relic boy. Yeah, I will need to do that. Get that. See, I always think it looks good, and then I bring it into a different light, and something's wrong. God, that's so weird. That actually makes it better. And then I just need to highlight it. As it dries up. Okay. That's our head done. Very nice. Now I can actually bust out the metals. It's the Ebby. I eventually need the blue, but that's only for the back and the plasma. Actually, what I can do with that is I can water this down. a lot. Just do some custom note oil. There we go. Might need a little bit of a harder red. Okay. Green and blue, hopefully. It's that and sky. I was gonna say ice. It's not right. Blocked. Just a second to pop them out. Nothing more than a dollop. This is like it just spilled out. Holy cow. Some of the AK colors you just never know the consistency with. Little green eye. I actually do need the normal paintbrush again. White still usable? Yes, it is. Thank you. Nice. It's got a little beady green eye. Alright. And so begins the next slather of yellow. I always wondered if it was going to be better or worse that I didn't use the dry brushing. all the streaks it was leaving behind. I think I would just switch back over. The armor doesn't have to be the cleanest. I'm gonna get it dirty later anyway. I think just doing a general coverage is going to help out. And then I can hit harder with the brush. Was not careful enough. Alright. Gets that there. I'll be right back. I feel unreasonably warm, so I might just have to, like, de-layer for a second. I'm, like, sweating up a storm. Got to unmute. Glad I noticed it now and not an hour down the line. That would have been unfortunate. I have done it before. That's why it scares me. You know what that is? That's a little, there's a strand left from priming a while ago. A little dust hair. In the meantime, to fill up dead air, talk about some of the little gaming escapades I've been taking. Almost done with Hollow Knight. In terms of both actually playing everything and achievement-wise, which I'm happy about. I literally just have to play the game multiple times now at faster speeds. Unfortunately, though, I am currently stuck on second to last Pantheon for 112%. Can just never figure out how to get clean health through Prince Zote, Uma, and then get to Sly after Hornet. Hornet's not hard, I just gotta not throw myself into the wall. That Sly fight, though, is ridiculous. I think if I'm able to, I want to take some time in the training section they have to fight him and just get a pattern down so I can then beat it. I don't know if I have to beat him first to get it. I hope I don't. Because it's just every time I get there, I just can't. I keep losing track because it's a fast fight like Grim, but it's not as repetitive as Grim. It's kind of funny. I was struggling with Grim for a bit a while back, and then now I just get through with less than 2 damage. Because it's just so ingrained in my brain. That should be everything for you, yeah. Now I just need browns. Other than that, I tried playing Arc Raiders. I'm actually having a fun time with it. Restarted a couple more indie games too. Because I know I could just take my time with it. I'm not too worried about that. Mephiston. Now, on top of all the 40k, got a conquest tournament in about a week's time, I think, right? In a week, I'm going to be taking part in a big boy, yep, next Sunday. Taking part in a conquest tournament. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm going to try my best, but most importantly, I'm just going to go there for experience. Just general tabletop experience, honestly. Is this I don't know to where I could do an iris? I could. Well, that didn't work. A little bit more water, maybe? That is the eye. Kinda need a little bit more in there, though. There we go. Now I just need to carefully... Where's this fucked up coloring? That's on me. It's way too bright. Okay, I'll control... Still fucky on the... Bring this down, maybe? No. I think it's just bright like that, then. Okay. I thought that was me fucking up. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry for the derail. Hey, I think I got the eye down. Hell yeah. Not as scary as I thought it was going to be. And I believe now we can just start throwing up our stuff. Got the red, got the brown. Throwing on our attachments. A little bit more. There we go. Oh, sorry, Blade Guard. There we go. God, what is that feeling? Something's stabbing me. There's no loose wires though, so. just slap that on now. Kinda glad I decided to throw in a couple faces for the Hellblaster unit. It's good practice. Good practice to get me in the habit of finding proper ways to paint faces. I will say, though, there's nothing like just painting a helmet. Simple, straight lines, nothing else to worry about. And this cold is still with me, unfortunately. I guess not really a cold, more like a stuffed nose. It's kind of just making its last stand in the nasal cavity. And I kind of just have to constantly fight with it. Excuse me. Good old sneeze for the road. It was probably clear by the time I got there. Lead Belcher. I'm sure this is up, right? Yeah, okay. No, okay, that's actually correct. Okay. Just had to double check. Okay. Yeah, that smoke black is not really working for me. I just can't find this P3 formula. It's in stock. It keeps getting robbed. I need to make room, so there you go. It's actually darker than its predecessor anyway. And while I'm here, get the poultry trim. Some of you might be thinking, why the hell is he using that thick of a brush? And all I can say to that is, don't worry about it. Because this technically is the part that it won't matter that there's excess stuff here and there. Because we'll be Jumping around. What chapter is this custom? No, these are... It's a couple of shades in, but these are basically muddied up Imperial Fists. Imperial Fist Hell Blasters. A ton of crap on them. I swear, I need to keep my chat log over here so I can just see the messages immediately. Thought Deathwing for a second. You wound me! How do... I wouldn't mind painting a Deathwing Knight. Sounds like a fun project. But that's a time for another day. Sure. No, I do not have any transfers ready for him. I have transfers ready for the Blade Guard. He chose the big guns even though they're more fiddly. I honestly chose these just because I like the look of the pipe connector. And well, honestly, it didn't matter by the time 10th edition came around because they just shoved it all into one profile. So it was hobby freedom, but not tabletop freedom. That was actually too far. No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, and I'm gonna shake it up after I do this one, and I'll see if we can't start a Blade Guard. I haven't done a Blade Guard in a while. I've been beat to beat. Funny, sitting at the desk. How you doing? Thank you for that lovely follow. Pull up a stump and be comfortable, friend. And if you have a hobby yourself, why don't you chat about it? Good there. Add-ons are good. Trim's done. I think it's just the regalia, and then I can just work on the plasma, I think, yeah. I should be painting my Dark Angels, but procrastinating. Listen, I don't mean to brag, but I think I deserve the crown of procrastination. Like, started the hobby back like a few years ago now, and my pile of shame has grown very big. And only now have I started to get a building stride, but I feel that. Procrastination sucks because you do it unintentionally. It just feels like a beast you can never shake off. I've been already own loads of models. I haven't even finished 3. I feel that. It actually was kind of me at the beginning. I just kept buying and building, and I never painted. Now ideas are sprouting. And I've kind of made it my little prerogative to try and sit down and do any amount of painting that I can fit in a day. Even if it's the slightest bit of trim. It takes so much time. It's funny. you always put off the painting, and then when you get into a stride of painting, you just go, 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 go. And then before you notice it, it's like, it's like 3 hours later. That's our Aquila. Ads, no! Son of a bitch. Hopefully the ads aren't too long. I make sure to set them to like 30 seconds. Trust me, I hate those bastards too. I have no control over it though. As soon as you hit affiliate, they throw it on to you regardless. Problem is these FOMO boxes get me so my pile keeps on growing. I feel that. It's kind of sad to say this, but eventually you'll see your pile is big enough to where even if you see the FOMO, it kind of just doesn't affect you. Because I've had that feeling too, but at the same time I keep looking back and forth at my pile and I just think, nah, I don't need it. And funny enough, I've been doing the TCG style of things where I only buy single characters to satisfy my plastic. Hey Chad, if it works for me, try it out for yourself. If you really feel like you want to buy some plastic crack, maybe just limit yourself to a character. I'm at 4,000 points. That's fair. I'm at... God, I have a lot of points. Shit. I don't know the points off the top of my head, but I definitely have... 5 playable 40k armies, at least for like 1,500 points apiece. So it's definitely spread out. That's black. What are the other armies? So 3 of them are Space Marine. It's Imperial Fists, Black Templars, my first ever army, Grey Knights, and then there's an army of Necrons, and there's an army of Chaos Space Marines. I still find it funny that people differentiate between, like, Dark Angels and Space Marines. It's kind of funny when you talk about the Divergent chapters, and it's just like, it's the same thing. It's all Space Marines. It always has been all Space Marines. God, I hope you guys know that that joke rings very true as of this point, with 11th edition coming around and us just constantly getting more Marine updates. The Ultramarine spam is real. We'll kit bash and paint them. Hell yeah. That's what I did for a It's what I did for a Grey Knight Librarian. One of my Grey Knight Librarians has the Terminator body of old Terminator Calgar. And I remember just getting the bits. I didn't think anything of it until I eventually saw a video detailing all the Calgar models. And one of the tassels had all those Ultramarine icons on it, and I looked at my Librarian, and I was like, oh, it's Calgar's body. Because I think I just bought, like, Terminator bits off eBay. I always think about all the other chapters and who I would have played, other than Imperial Fists. I honestly think, though, it always goes back to Blood Angels. I really dig the scheme, I dig the lore, and Dante's just a badass. Either that or Dark Angels, just because I'm a sucker for the Knight aesthetic. But that's why I went Black Templars. Some of the Blueberry models are sick. Yeah, I'm a big sucker for that new Titus model that's coming out. I desperately want to paint it. Let us thin down that white, because we need to. There we go. How's the little human dudes playing the game? I think they're gonna be, fuck, what is it? It's probably gonna be like a retinue thing. Like, it might act as a pseudo bodyguard unit. But they might actually be just 2 units, in one. They might have it so, or probably multiple units. They might have it so that it's Titus is a captain model. They might have Gadriel is just an ancient you can link up with other units, and Mataris might just be like a Company Heroes model. I don't know, but I don't think it'll be that type of full squad. I could be wrong, honestly. It just might be a bunch of bullshit. Like the Company Heroes squad, where it's just like there's a bolter here, there's a heavy bolter there, there's a big sword with precision. You gotta lead him by a captain. Maybe both? God. That sounds like a living hell. I gotta stretch. I'll get bunched up in the center. That's actually different. Now, I'll use this for the plasma glow. There we go. Still sad how Azrael can't lead Company Heroes again. I mean, to be fair, you don't really stick Azrael in Company Heroes, at least to my knowledge. A lot of the time people just stuck him with Hellblasters, because Hellblasters are just nasty. But that is interesting that the Chapter Master can't lead Company Heroes. I could bring this over here. Let me see. Let me look at his data sheet. Stream Elements, you actually sending out the follow message? I can't believe it. Wow, he leads everything except Company Heroes. So, let me see an actual just captain. I think it would state it in its leader thing, right? Yes, it would, okay. After they fixed the old datasheet, then the new codex released and they took it out again for no reason. That's surprising. I mean, what are the options he has? He has way more options than he honestly needs. Yeah, I mean, you can stick it with Blade Guard, Hell Blasters, Stern Guard. Yeah, honestly, I don't even think he needs the Company Heroes. It's an interesting thing to try. It also would help, like, fix point issues since he's 115, plus the 105 from Company Heroes would put you at 230 to make it even out the score. As a cheap unit in Complist, yeah. Assault Intercessors are just nice. Decent melee chap. You can throw a Power Fist in there. And then he just gives them sustained hits. It's more difficult. Again, I think most of the time is that... Again, also due to the Lion Helm, you stick them in Hell Blasters, and they get 4-up Feel No Pains against Mortal Wounds, so you can just keep overcharging and not care. And you also stick the Apothecary in there if you want to keep rezzing your boys. Stick them in a 10 brick, stick them on top of roofing or any other shit. Make that unit really deadly with a bit more revivability, and just have him sit there generating CP for you. I hope Dorn comes back. I love Dorn. I don't think he's coming back next edition. It either has to be Lehman or Vulcan. And honestly, below that would probably be Corvus or the Khan. And honestly, I think Dorn is last on the list because of how his whole missing thing happens. Because Corvus, we know, is attacking World Eaters. The Khan is just in the webway fucking up Dark Eldar. Vulcan's on a respawn timer, which might be coming up, and then Russ is off doing something else. In terms of Chaos Primarchs, I think Percherabo's turn might be up. If they were to do another Chaos Primarch. Because who's left? It's Purdy, Lorgar, Alfarius... Alfarius, and are the rest dead? Horus is dead, Curse is dead. Horus is dead, Curse is dead. Fulgrim, Angron, Mortarion, Magnus. Percherabo, Lorgar, Alfarius. Yes. So it is either Purdy or Lorgar. There are rumors for Purdy, yeah. Honestly, people like Percherabo more than they like Lorgar. Sorry, Wordbearers fans, it's just true. I now, thanks to a friend at my local shop, have now played against a Wordbearer. Out of the entire I think I've been in this hobby for about going on 4 years now, 4 or 5 years, because I started just after lockdown hit. It's bad. And I see a lot more Iron Warrior players than I do Word Bearers. I think above else, what I want to see instead of a Primarch is a fucking range refresh for the goddamn Grey Knights. I don't know why they still have Firstborn models. Freaking ridiculous. I don't ask for much. Just give me Primaris legs. It's like, I actually have it at a close point. Hold on. Fucking... Hell, you can even tell with the Terminators. The Terminators are like their most updated model. But it's like... Look at this shit. Why he's so baby man? So tiny. This is a normal power armor marine. And then, like, you compare that to the Terminator refresh that came. And it's like, what the fuck am I looking at? Don't get me wrong, the Terminator models look great. The bits and bobs are awesome, but it's like... Damn, man. The size is all his Psyker brain. I mean, dude, I don't want to say anything. Grey Knights are still using box knots, okay? We still got Boxing Barry over here with his twin las cannons. We have character dreadnoughts. Oy vey. I love you, Grey Knights. Please change, but, you know, keep that gusto up. I love you. They're so tiny. So tiny. Become very popular with the refresh. They definitely will. I know they're saving it for when shit changes. Honestly, though, I think Grey Knight players, including myself, are eating fine. Even if the most we got was a little additional sprue for another melee weapon. But I mean, we're part of the type of Warhammer players that just kit bash most of our shit anyway, because it's very open-ended what our stuff looks like. Like, you have people like myself who are breaking apart their Dread Knights to give them, Redemptor Dreadnought pieces. There's people who go even further and give them the Alaris Custodian pieces because they're animals. Because that's a lot of money. I think, what was it? One Alaris Custodian themed Dread Knight, I think, is like $200. My bad, Achilles Dreadnought. Yeah, like formation of the Achilles Dreadnought. And what's the other one? The Gladys? Yeah, it's about 120 for those Dreadnoughts. Just animals. That back up. That baby carrier's ugly, though. Yeah, I mean, I personally don't care. I just play the model, but from a distance, when I look after painting, it's kind of just like, yeah, it's kind of not my thing. That's why I went the Redemptor route. To be honest, it should have been that to begin with. Really, it should have just been the Grey Knight's version of a Dreadnought. Like the Custodian's version of a Dreadnought. I think we're good for the shading. Yep, okay. Now comes the fun part where I bust out all the shades. The Invictus Tactical Warsuit, too. I actually have to eventually paint the Tactical Warsuit. I'm sure it'll be fine. Honestly, as long as I don't have to paint a drop pod ever again, I'll be happy. God, it's just so boring. Did the drop pod as a haha funny, and I might just end up taking it out. For what? I don't know. But definitely something. Gun right there. Raven our combat patrol for Christmas, but we'll sell the Tactical Warsuit. I think a lot of people did that. There's not real much reason to run the Invictus, because the impulses are fast enough to where it kind of doesn't matter, and the only people who use Outriders are White Scar players, and even they don't use it half the time. It's kind of sad how many models the Space Marine Codex has, but like half of it is used. Like, you're always going to see Blade Guard, you're always going to see Hellblasters, Intercessors. You might see Eradicators, Inceptors, Vanguard Veterans. Assault Intercessors, Jump Pack Intercessors. Actually, you might see Jump Pack Intercessors more often just because they're cheap chaff. But stuff like you're never going to see is like the Invictor Tactical Warsuit, the Outrider ATV, the, what else is it? The big Hammerfall Bunker. Even that thing looks sick as hell. Excuse me for 2 seconds. Eyes are watering. Damn cold. But it's sneaky. It's got good movement. Vader 2 are probably the 3 worst models. It's a shame, because suppressors look actually really cool with their giant autocannon. It's just Inceptors do their job better, as well as Jump Pack Intercessors. Hell, you barely see the flyers anymore. I'm like one of the few freaks who has a Grey Knight Storm Raven gunship. I tried it once, it got a couple kills, and I never used it again. I should think up a list for it. Hunting Phobos. Well, I think the thing is, with the jump packs, like, they have to have at least sturdy armor to run them, because Phobos is, like, almost minus armor shit. I think anything with a jetpack is usually power armor and up. get like a navy blue going. I'm a sucker for anything Gravis. Honestly, me too. I really do. I have an entire built 10 brick heavy intercessor squad, and it just has not been doing me favors, and I'm sad that it doesn't. They just don't do enough. If they had more abilities like their intercessor brothers, they probably would be taken most, if not all, the time. Like, the fact that the intercessors can just sticky and give more firepower for 20 points cheaper, it's just a no-brainer, and it's sad. Because I've had times where those big intercessors actually do a lot of solid damage. I think I once had them bring down a war dog just by drowning it in shots, but that's the thing, just because it's drowning it in shots. Still, those damage 2 bolt rifles, don't sleep on them. So style point. Dude, I'll show off the style points. Hold on. You know me, chat. I like showing off these models. Let's go get them. There you go, fellas. You want your Gravis? I got you. Hold on. There's your Gravis. Hell yeah. There's your Gravis. We got a 6-man aggressor brick right here. We got the full 10 brick. All those heavy bolt rifles. And there's Torg in all of his glory. The white helmets were a pain. I finally learned from a friend how to properly do white for helmets. And he looked me dead in the eyes and just say, just prime them white, forehead. Just prime them white. You don't have to worry about it. Which makes incredible sense. And then, funny enough, I still have, what is it? I have 3 more intercessors over here. Or intercessors, aggressors that I'm going to be changing into more Imperial Fist. And then we have the 3rd and final form of the Gravis Captain. I think I have as many, normal intercessor models as I do, or normal power armor models as I do Gravis models. The Dark Angels would never fall. They've been on my bench for a while. I had no reason other than to just display them because I got them at a bazaar, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with these. You know, I don't usually run aggressors, and now I've been hopped up on a Gravis craze, so I'm gonna chip them all down I'm gonna strip their paint all the way down and give them a fresh yellow coat. No, not that. Need to use this. I love my Dark Angels brothers, but Dorn needs some more Bolt Storm. Gotta go now. It's midnight. Have a good rest, my friend. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you for the follow too, and see you next time I come live. Thank you so much for your kind words. All right, get to bed now, you. Stay safe. I didn't even use sepia yet. Sepia. Forgot again to include my belcher. There we go. Let that dry a bit. That everywhere hits with the dark tone. I believe so. Then we got the earth shade, which is fine. Also, forgot to take care of this. Goodbye, Adbot. Not gonna miss you. Now it's the Earth Shade's turn. Then I need null. It'll do us in for that. Oh boy. Alright. Okay. So that'll be that boy. Plasma gunner ready. And you know what? I can actually swap over to the blade card. Something I have not dealt with as of today. Or I can still pause for a second. Quickly get the rocks to settle in. Don't want to do that. There we go. We want to get that locked in. Take that gravel. Clean that off. There we go. Now we can let it sit, and then bust out the rubber black later. More importantly is this. I actually need to go grab that blade guard. make sure I keep a congruent theme. Oy. This thing's been through hell. Those are the ones I have during the close, the veteran support action. And I'm probably going to need to utilize the green a bit. Probably water it down. This one doesn't have his sword out though, so it's fine. Okay. You two stay over here in case I need more reference. I've not done a blade guard in a bit, so it's going to be a new experience for everybody. There's barely any paint left. Did you do the inside yellow as well? Yep. Okay. God, it really gets stuck in there. Blade God, Blade God. Yeah, it's really hard to get the yellow in there. If I was to do this again, I might consider priming on the sprue and then just brushing the crap out of it with yellow. I've actually missed some pieces here and there. Molding, I mean. The bright yellow returns. That is much better. Okay. That is pretty sufficiently yellowed. Looking pretty nice. black caves. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of black trim on these blade guard. All right. Might actually need more. Some more. Because unfortunately, I'm stuck on that high. Trying not to save it up as much before I need to get more, but doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get that. Can I break this off? Did I make it light enough? Nope, I glued that sucker on good. When will I learn? also the midsection, right? Yep. Yup, sure, yup. It's a black ring, right? Yeah. Yeah, I might have to use this. The swan. Actually did get all that, which is pretty nice. I'm not gonna worry about the inside then. It's kind of crazy how most of the detailing is going to go to the damn shield. But that is a lie, because there's a lot of detailing on this damn model. Also, probably should have started him first. Alright. So that hardens up. He's getting there. 1 second, gotta switch up something. same thing. Alright. Yeah, I think if anything, the goal tonight should just be to finish up one of each. Close that up. Huh, that's interesting. A little bit of mixing of the P3 formula actually gives Yellow Orch from Vallejo a bit more. The word I think I'm using is give. It makes it a bit more. Makes it heavier, if that's the way I could say it. It's an interesting interaction. Actually need buff. Boof. I'm actually running out of room. Make the trench black too. Yup. Alright. All I need now is browns and blues? Browns, blues, and metals. I can actually use gold a bit. If I can find it. Where the fuck? What? Where? Oh, there it is. Okay. That might actually be an overlook on my part. What the hell? Exacto knife. This. Some of these. What it will do. Nah. Yeah. Go red. That's fine. Alright. Hold on. There we go. That's good there. So that gold's good to go. That's good to go. It sometimes feels like the more trinkets you have, the more pain it is to paint. Should be good there. There. Still haven't gotten in there yet, but I think I'll just do this. For the extra purposes of shine. There we go. There we go. Give that. Hitting it, right? Yeah, okay. Okay. Go. Now they go for the null oil. Let's get there. That was never finished. There we go. Let's get there, let's get there. Yada, yada, yada. Good there. Double and triple timing. Okay. Good to I can safely say we're free to do the shades now. Oh no, there's the skulls. Forgot about the skulls. I also need to get transfers ready for this guy. Alright. Yeah, just the standard brass. Is it brass or was it actual skull color? Like a brownish coloring. So you know what? Give me that. No, bastard. Hey. Okay. Alright, let me retrieve that freaking brush. Ah, come on. Okay. Looks like it's fighting me. There we go. There we go. Now we get to do the Esperanza of shading. That's gonna be a nightmare. Right. I might have to reapply gold here and there too, and the iron, silver nonsense. It's just covered in mud. Stretch a bit. There we go. Mostly in the shoulder blades. I could actually use instead. There it is in there. Yep. Oh. All right. There, that's there. Do have to let it dry. In the meantime, I can take this lovely guy, put on the rubber back. go. Hellblasta done. Well, again, without transfers. In increments, in increments. But getting the shades down and everything is perfectly acceptable for where I want to go with it. Go over here. Nice. So I have an idea of what I want to do with that. Alright. That'll be our Blade Guard Sergeant. We'll just need his transfers. And I'll also need to tidy up the, I can't speak. The, metals everywhere. Hold back, hold on. Very nice. You know what, actually? Hold on. Yes. That one. There you go. A little bit wasn't covered. sure that's connected. So you're done. I can set you up next. You I gotta give ground to. Now that's just down to 5 models remaining. Okay. Actually, no place to put this. I do unfortunately have to... Oh no, I can put it away. What am I talking about? Don't throw the paint out just yet. Can use that. Alright. Well, I've got to catch myself ready for tomorrow. Hope you guys had a wonderful time. Thank you for joining me in the spastic focusing. But if you like what you saw, consider leaving a follow. Lets you know when I'm going live, and follows contribute to our goals in what we paint. So our last follower goal was just the lion. If you haven't seen it, check out the pictures I leave out on my Twitter. You can find down in the Linktree, or just by going to twitter.com and just using my name with the underscores. Or actually, no, I don't have underscores up there. That'd be nice. But yeah, look for the deer. Anyways, hope you have a wonderful night, and see you guys during this next coming week.